Hi guys, it's Rick Shiels down here at Quest Golf Studio here in Lytham, and we are going to do the Open Special winning bag. Wow, Henrik Stenson and Phil Mickelson, what an incredible final day. Potentially the best it's ever been. Even Jack Nicklaus this morning said it was better than his duel against Tom Watson in '77. And I would find it hard for anyone to really argue with that. It was incredible. For Phil Mickelson to shoot a 65 and still lose is quite astonishing. Those two smashed the whole field apart. To finish, Henrik Stenson to finish 20 under and Phil Mickelson to finish 17. They were 11 shots clear of anyone else. I mean, just crazy. So we're going to do a winning bag, and we're going to do a special edition because we're going to do a winning bag for both players. I'm going to do in separate videos, but Phil is almost a substitute champion for this Open because it was that good. Let's start off with Henrik Stenson, and we'll go in with driver first. So driver, Henrik Stenson uses the Callaway XR, the normal model in 9 degree in the Oban Kiyoshi shaft, extra stiff in 45 inches. Now with Henrik Stenson at the Open, he hit over 70% of fairways. He was somewhere between 70 and 80% of fairways, which is phenomenal around that golf course. And he averaged across the 4 days at 297 yards distance, 297 yards of total. The first day was over 320 distances, and it just kind of came back, but you've got to bear in mind that's all of the shots. That's not just driver, that's his 3-woods and his irons sometimes off the tee. He was averaging at 297. Smashes the driver, very much in control of it, hits a very neutral ball flight, and he uses his driver a lot of the time, but then he also drops down into his very trusty 3-wood, which we're moving into next. Okay, so this has to be his favourite club in the bag without question. He's had this in the bag for many years. It's the Callaway Diablo Octane Tour in 13 degrees, so it's the very strong Tour edition. He loves this golf club. He actually openly admitted, I think it was last season, that he actually hits this golf club better than his driver. And it showed even on the final hole at the Open Championship at Troon, when he actually hit it 307 yards to leave it inches short of that bunker on the last. I'm sure it wouldn't have made any difference. I'm sure he'd have continued to go on to win the championship, even if it did go in the bunker, but he would have definitely not have broken the all-time record score. But the adrenaline must have pumping. He absolutely smashed it out of the socks. 377 yards with a 3-wood. That's pretty good going. So normally Henrik has a 4-wood in the bag as well. So he has his strong 3-wood, and he only has a 4-wood in about 18 degrees. But for the Open Championship, he actually substituted it for a 2-iron, the Callaway Legacy 2-iron. He used it a lot of the time around the golf course because, again, you've got to plot your way around Royal Troon. There's many bunkers in driving distance or 3-wood distance for him as well. So hitting that 2-iron, he hit it loads of times. Sometimes hitting it into the par 5s as well when the wind was picking up. Moving into his irons then, he does have the Callaway Legacy irons as well, which are a rarity. I don't know of many players that have used the Callaway Legacy irons, but he had them in the bag for a long time. He's an incredible iron player. Over the three of the 4 days, he hit 80% of greens. On the final day, he hit 88% of the greens in regulation. Only on the 3rd day, he actually hit only 50% of greens in regulation, but still shot a 68. That's moving quite nicely into his wedges and his putter. But 88% of greens in regulation on the final day of an Open, I mean, that is just awesome. How in control are you going to be when you play that good? He didn't hit a single bunker. He managed to plot his way around in that final round against Phil Mickelson, and that's where he managed to shoot a 63 to beat the all-time Open Championship score of 20 under. Okay, so moving into his wedges, he uses the Callaway MD3, the black head with the kind of green alien windows in the back. Great clubs. I've used the MD3s before. I really enjoyed them. And he uses a 52 and a 58, so keeps it relatively simple. He has the pitching wedge from the Legacy black irons, then he goes into 52 and 58. And again, it just showed on that 3rd day when he only hit 50% of greens, those wedges must have been working overtime to get him to shoot such a fantastic score still. He's very much in control of his wedges, very good chipper of the golf ball. I mean, what can we say that's negative about Henrik at the moment? He absolutely killed it, and they're the wedges that he uses. 52, 58 in the Callaway MD3 milled. Okay, so the flat stick. Wow. This flat stick is what won him the tournament, without question. All of the other clubs did their job, did their role, but the putting was sensational. I mean, unbelievable. He only had one round where he had 31 putts. Everything else, he was under 30 putts. You mix that in with how many greens in regulation he hit, he was just on fire. I think on the third day, when he only hit 50% of greens, he only had 24 putts. Unbelievable. The final day, Henrik Stenson shot 63, and he even threw in there 2 3-putts. On the first hole, and I think it was about the 12th or 13th, he threw in a 3-putt as well. He uses the Odyssey XG number 7. So the Odyssey putter with the thang, almost like the, what you call them, like thangs across the back. Very good looking putter, very easy to line up. He's been working very well with his putting coach, Phil Kenyon, English putting coach, who I actually had the chance to speak to Phil on Tuesday, and he said, you know what? I think he had a glimpse in his eye that he had something special that week, and obviously Henrik with his was his child that week, his prodigy, who managed to come out triumphant. Class putter, amazing putting this week, and the fact that he even held that putt on the last to shoot a 63 to break the all-time open score was phenomenal. Putted amazing. The last thing in the mix was the Titleist Pro V1 ball that he uses, not the X, just the standard Pro V1. Henrik Stenson, amazing champion for the Open, the 145th Open at Royal Troon. He absolutely destroyed it. Destroyed it. He would have won the last 145 Opens if he'd have played that good. Only to come just behind was Phil Mickelson, which I'm going to do a what's in the bag for him anyway. Even though he didn't win, it feels like in a weird way he did. Both players were perfect role models for the golf, for the sport that we love. They were, you know, courteous. They were rewarding to each other. They were very respectful for each other. They played magnificent golf. I'm sure you'll all agree, magnificent. I can't wait to see what the rest of the season has to offer. I think it's been an awesome season so far. It feels a real shame we've only got one major left. Can we not have more? But we have got the Ryder Cup to look forward to. Guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, click thumbs up. Comment below what do you think about Henrik's, you know, historic win at Royal Troon this week. Did you enjoy it? Did you get a chance to watch it? If you did, please comment below. Don't forget to check out Phil Mickelson's What's in the Bag coming up here. Even though it's not his winning bag, he's kind of a winner in everyone's heart as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. That was class. Awesome. Well done, Henrik.